CoreWeave climbed even after insiders sold more than $45 million of shares in one day. CoreWeave CRWV Stock frames the pressure because the market reaction says investors cared more about AI compute demand than the insider selling headline. The stock reached $114.19 after an 8.2% rise, while the company is still operating at a loss and carrying a high debt-to-equity ratio. The useful part is the test in front of the story, not a broad market slogan. The May 7 earnings release is the next real test. That gives the opening a measurable checkpoint and keeps the story tied to named levels, named participants, named rules, or named product steps. The confirmed baseline is the insider sales structure. McBee Brannin sold about $5 million in shares, while Brian Venturo sold 375,000 shares worth about $40.9 million. Both transactions used pre-established Rule 10b5-1 plans, and the stock remains up 59% year-to-date in the supplied evidence. This baseline matters because it gives viewers the part that can be checked before any larger conclusion is drawn. It also limits the story to the facts already visible. Scheduled selling is not automatically a bearish signal. The viewer can separate the setup from speculation. One side is the factual baseline, and the other is the result that still needs confirmation. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. The mechanism is investors separating planned insider liquidity from the company's AI infrastructure growth story. In plain English, a 10b5-1 plan schedules sales in advance, so the market may treat it differently from an unexpected dump. For CoreWeave CRWV stock, that mechanism matters because the stock's reaction shows growth demand and analyst support are currently stronger than the selling concern. The stress point is specific, whether quarterly results validate the revenue growth and customer demand narrative. This is the part that makes the headline useful because it explains why one level, deadline, filing, reserve figure, integration, or data point can change behavior. The direct impact lands on CRWV shareholders, AI infrastructure investors, and short-term momentum traders. The $6 billion Jane Street computing arrangement and revenue growth help support the bullish case. At the same time, losses, senior note financing, and debt levels keep the risk side visible. The practical consequence is the stock is being priced on future compute demand more than current profitability. That is the viewer value here, understanding who faces the change and why the change is not the same for every participant. The effect is not evenly distributed, so the segment focuses on the group with the clearest supported exposure. The unresolved part is whether the rally can survive the next earnings report. An 8% climb does not prove the insider sales are irrelevant. That gap matters because earnings must show whether demand, margins, and guidance justify the valuation. The cleaner proof would be revenue near guidance highs, stronger outlook, and clear debt management. Until that appears, the story should be read as a defined setup with a real open question. That does not make the story smaller. It makes it cleaner because the unresolved detail is exactly where risk can be misread. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. The concrete signal to follow is May 7 earnings, guidance, and customer demand commentary. Those signals can confirm or challenge the market's willingness to ignore insider sales. CoreWeave CRWV stock becomes easier to read if growth remains strong and the company raises or supports its outlook. It weakens if losses widen, guidance disappoints, or debt concerns dominate. The final readout is simple. The rally is an earnings bet more than an insider sale dismissal. A strong next signal should be observable, not emotional. A filing, close, data release, official term, usage number, or liquidity change.